Hi everyone, welcome to your July tarot card reading. Thanks so much for being here. I have two quick announcements. The first about my schedule, and then the second about my services and changes to my channel, okay? First of all, if you're interested in booking a private reading, I'm only going to be available the first couple of weeks of July, sort of piggybacking from June, okay? I'm moving to Europe, and I'm going to need a couple weeks to travel there, get settled, find a place, an apartment, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to be, my mind's not going to be in the proper place to be doing private readings. So I'll keep my website up, but if you book, at the last part of July, I'm probably not going to deliver your reading until August. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. Changes to my services, okay? I'm officially undergoing, learning astrology. I'm beginning. I would never call myself an astrologer at this point in time, and I've said that many, many times. But I am going to start offering software generated reports alongside your tarot card reading. So if it's your birthday and you want your birthday solar return snapshot, I'll be able to offer that for you. If you want, your next 3, 6 months or a year-long transit report, types of things that you can expect, progressive reports, all those types of things. Again, it's not my interpretation, it will be computer generated, but it will be an add-on to your tarot card readings if that's something that you guys want. As far as astrocartography, I'm going to be offering a little bit of a service since I am learning and really delving into that realm of astrology. I will be offering some analysis for that as well within the next couple of weeks. You'll be able to book that on my website. It'll be very basic, very simple. It will be very cost effective because again, I'm not a professional yet, so I'm still learning, so you'll kind of need to bear with me and just deal with the fact that I might take, a more simplistic approach to it and just kind of do some pinpoints and some bullet points for you and that kind of thing. My channel is going to expand and begin to incorporate more astrology as well because it is truly a passion of mine. Not so much talking about transits and what this full moon means. I think we all kind of have, if you like that kind of thing, you probably have an astrologer that you like already. So I don't want to try to piggyback on anyone else. I kind of want to take a little bit of a different road with it and offer something unique and something very different and something that I hope provides value. But that will come in time as I study and as I grow and as I learn. It will come in time. But I just want to let you know that my channel will be changing. I will likely change the name of my channel as well. And when I feel comfortable, then I will begin to offer private or personalized astrological readings for you, okay? But in the meantime, thanks for listening. Enjoy your July reading. And that's it. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello Aquarius, how are you? Welcome to your July reading. Thanks so much for being here. I'm not gonna lie, readings this month have been pretty heavy and pretty intense, okay? I just did one for Capricorn and I'm afraid to post it, but I guess we'll see how that one goes. Hopefully you guys have a little bit more of a lighter message, but really, there's so much going on in all the signs. I'm not going to try to project to what this is or what it should be, but just saying that it's more about a soul's journey right now, okay, as opposed to relationships and love and relationships with others. Right now, it's more about our relationships with ourselves. It just kind of seems to be the theme. Again, not trying to say that this should be something, but just letting you guys know, all right? 3 of Wands. Waiting for a sign, okay? Waiting for something to give you the okay or the go-ahead to move into something else, but you're not pushing anything, you're not pressuring anyone, you're kind of just allowing it to come when it needs to come. But there is a state of readiness to embark upon something new, you've done what you've done, you've gone where you've gone, you're kind of on the edge of familiar territory and looking out over something new and saying, okay, well, what are my possibilities now? Where can I go now? Okay. This is an active card, even though there's maybe not a lot of actual movement. There's a lot of consideration. Even waiting is an action, okay? And there's a lot of processing and a lot of like optimism as well. It's a card of optimism and a card of opportunity. All right, so you're prime. But an offer's not coming in. A real offer. This could be something from someone. Maybe some of you are waiting to hear from someone. Maybe you're waiting to get that token or that, you know, confirmation that you're on the right track from someone of interest, okay, a partner, or this is an earth sign, okay, devotee is like the Page of Coins. And there could even be a little bit of a lack of honesty involved here. That also seems to be a theme, is that there is a little bit of, you know, need for us to exhibit caution when dealing with people. You know, really only dealing with people that we can trust and people that we believe will have our best interest at heart. There could be a little bit of trickery involved, or a little bit of bait and switch. But I feel like you're waiting for something that's just not quite coming. Someone's not willing or ready to give that to you yet. Three of Swords. I don't remember the Capricorn reading that I just did, but I feel like I pulled out the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords in the exact same positions here. So we'll see. You're coming from a heartbreak, though. You're coming from something of pain and sorrow and grief. All right. Three of Swords is the card of healing as well. It's a card of change, and it can be blinding sometimes. Our thoughts are very active. Our minds are intense, and so are our hearts. So you kind of have a little bit of both worlds, the emotional self and the mental self battling with one another, and your mind trying to convince your heart to get over it, and your heart trying to convince your mind to let you feel it. Okay? And in so facto, you may be kind of just feeling stuck. But the good news is that it is in the foundational position, and why that's good news is it means it's already happened. Okay? And here we have an earth sign. Okay, this is the card of Virgo. So we have an earth presence here. But someone that's very cold, very shunned, someone that is very much in their own elusive world, okay? Kind of looking in the opposite direction and not really participating or not really engaging with you. This could be the person you're waiting to hear from. It is their coldness and their, like, it's almost as though there's a possibility that you're feeling forgotten in some way. Now, if you're not in a relationship, okay, and you're like, what? This doesn't make any sense. A lot of the energies, and I'm just generalizing here, so let me pull out more cards and continue, but a lot of these are deep-rooted issues coming out, a lot of these readings, okay, from far past. Normally, this is like a recent past, and it could be for many of you, but for others of you, it really could be someone that has deeply affected you because it brought something out in you from way back in the past, or an insecurity or a void that you have been avoiding, okay? Forcing you to deal with it. And the Three of Cups. Well, that's a lighthearted message, one that I'm excited to see, okay? Yay. It's a card of social activities, having fun, connecting with friends, a very Aquarian thing, you know, but people that you really enjoy being with, that you're really in sync with, you know, not people, because in relationships, this can be like superficiality, and it can even represent, you've got Three of Swords and you've got Three of Cups. It can represent third parties. Maybe you were cheated on, or someone cheated on you, right? Or you cheated on someone. So it depends, you know, but I'm seeing it in a happy way. Just my initial gut reaction was, oh, something good, something light, something fun and enjoyable, and something to really take the edge off, you know. But be careful if you are prone to drinking, all right? Be careful of overindulgence and going out too much, because if you are trying to numb the pain, it's not gonna work, all right? So you might as well just face the demon and just get it over with, you know, deal with it. Yes, this person was kind of a jerk. Deal with it, face it. You don't need to run away from it. And the Ace of Cups coming in as a new love or a new connection. Maybe even a revival of something for some of you. Again, there's an earth sign here, Capricorn, Taurus, or specifically Virgo, in your presence, in your lingering, or in your periphery. Even though this is like the ace, right? There's still even an ace looking toward the past. New kindling of a relationship with someone there. I'm sensing confusion of something. I don't know why I got that. Confusion of what happened, or confusion of where that person went, or why it didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen, why they're not contacting you. Where did they go? I sense a desire for revival. Judgment. This would be your darkness, okay, your cloudedness, your sadness, your sorrow, your grief. This would be your enlightenment, the assignment of purpose to this, the understanding of why this occurred and how to get through this, all right? You may be, again, this might be one of the most positive readings so far that I've done. Because you may be feeling empowered by this experience somehow, driven, a lot of drive, a lot of aggression toward life in a really positive way. Exhibiting good judgment as well. The Eight of Wands, manifestation, traveling, getting what you want. This might be a really fast reading because I'm seeing a lot of really good things coming out here, and I'm super excited about that. The Eight of Wands indicates quick motion, fast change, point A to point B in a very short period of time. I'm wondering for some of you if this is an enlightenment or an acknowledgement of something that you truly want, a true desire that could have been hidden or could have been lost or overshadowed by something that you went through. A true desire for your life and with your partner and with something that you understand something about yourself now. And I think that desire is related to this Ace of Cups. It's in your mind. It's how you see it. You may be waiting even for this person to come out of their darkness, to come out of their hole. You may have felt rejected by what they did, or them not contacting you or anything like that. They will come around. I'm seeing this as them coming around and communication and talking, but not like superficial talking, like clarification, getting things straightened out. I'm seeing a desire for one another, but it's elusive. I'm getting kind of a weird thing here, okay? I'm just gonna say it. Like, for some of you who are single, I don't know why this stood out, but for some of those of you who are single and don't really have anyone that you want back or anything like that, I'm wondering if you're like, you have this archetype or this idea of someone or something that you are wanting to attract, you know? But in the meantime, like I said, you're not putting pressure on it. In the meantime, you're just kind of doing your own thing. You're having a good time. You're filling your life with the good things in life, right? Like, you're not wallowing, which is good. Like, I'm so glad to deliver this reading because, oh my God, if you're listening to some of the other readings, they're really heavy. Not saying yours won't get there, but like, this is a really light place. Okay, and I'm happy for that. I'm happy for you guys. And you're just enjoying life. You're indulging in the goodness and the pleasures, and even like on a little bit of a hedonistic scale, but not to like a creepy way, right? Not to a super, like a lifestyle where you don't care about anything and it's just about one pleasure to the next, the next, the next, but in just like a really appreciative, grateful way. Like, you realize that you want something or you want someone and you're just waiting for them to come around or waiting for them to come to you. Your pride might be getting in the way, but you may also even be afraid that their pride is getting in the way. And, you know, you might be a little bit fearful of reaching out to them. Like, you're really waiting, I think, for them to come to you. I think you're holding out for that interaction, right? I see the Eight of Wands as things coming to you. I think someone wants to come to you, Aquarius. I think someone wants to reach out. They're going through something, though. Okay, they've been going through something. They are a very quiet creature. I'm seeing someone like very quirky, very even like profound, but in a very dry way. And someone that doesn't enjoy putting themselves out on the line. Okay, you're both waiting for the other to approach. They're not about to, I mean, they may come. I mean, I often see this, like I said, as things coming to you, Aquarius, so it's likely that they will. But, you know, I think you're afraid that they won't because they're not, or they haven't. And the Hierophant reversed. Okay, here's a theme coming out for you. You know, a rejection or a breakdown of your institutions, marriage, relationships in general, all right, all areas of life. Sorry, let's do that, okay. The Hierophant is a powerful place. I said this in Capricorn, I will say it to you guys as well. This is the card of Taurus, okay? And I know Taurus is ruled by Venus, but I will say that for me, only for me, it's not a thing, that I see the Hierophant as being more a Saturn energy, right? Because it represents the conformity, it represents the state, the institutions, like the big things in life, okay? That's just me. So when we're getting a reversal of that, it is your... okay, Aquarius, the rebel, all right? It is your natural tendency to reject, to go against the grain. It's one of the things that makes you beautiful, you know? So it also represents the breakdown of our past, all right? And dealing with things that we were conditioned to do in our life, right? The things, the general expectations that we have based on our culture and our parents and our education system and all of that. And in classic Aquarian form, here you are rejecting or working against that, right? If someone is trying to have a relationship with you, some of you may be quite adverse to that. But in some way, it's almost as though you're waiting for someone to approach you, but once they do, it's like, it's going to be different. It's not going to be traditional. It's not going to be normal. It will be your own version of what love is supposed to be. Earth and air can be a tough mix, so I don't know if you guys really are dealing with an earth sign or not. It's very likely that you are. Or someone that exhibits that style. So when you think of the typical Virgo, okay, what does that mean? Someone a little bit cold. Incredibly warm once you get to know them, but cold, you know? Someone that is a little bit... I often see, even though I'm a Virgo, I often see Virgos as being a little bit dull on first impression, like a little bit boring, myself included. But, you know, they're not. They're incredibly deep. They have a lot of depth to them. And it could be your curiosity to get to know them, you know? Something strikes you with them, I think. Okay. Whoops. 10 of coins. See, there's potential for so much. For the having of things. Interesting, your mixture of the earth. Even the card of Taurus here. The unit. Again, the establishment. You may even have a little bit of a battle, right? A little bit of an internal, like, well, this isn't what it's supposed to be, but yet you kind of do it anyway, or you are hoping for that, but it needs to be different enough, and then, what, you know, whatever it is. Seven of Wands. Seems to be if things been working against you, making it difficult. Maybe you were the only one fighting for a while. Maybe you were the only one trying, and you didn't sense that they put in effort and they were kind of just doing things for themselves. And maybe there was a little bit self-interest there. I'm seeing a little bit of selfishness here. Like they weren't quite ready to give you what you needed. And yet there's these things, these blockages, these things really working against you. Or there were. And it was those maybe distance. I'm seeing indicators of distance here. Long distances. Communication style could have been great in the beginning, but eventually it like kind of got convoluted and you weren't getting what you wanted or needed from them. You ended up kind of being the only one fighting, perhaps. It's one of those battles that you feel is worth it, but at the end of the day, it's like, is it? Is it worth it? Six of Wands. Yes, someone a little bit, maybe a little bit full of themselves. There's an ego at play. I don't know whose it is, but there's an ego at play. And someone that feels that they deserve or are entitled to something. It could be you, Aquarius, so be honest with yourself. It could also be this other person, your partner or your person of interest. There's a sense of conquering with the Six of Wands, a sense of winning. of being victorious. But at what cost? And the Two of Coins. See, I don't like what's happening here. I do, but I don't with this one. Because I see this as being pretense. As being things that are fake, not real. You know, juggling. So there may have been multiple people involved. Maybe this was never a committed relationship. I don't know. Maybe it's something that you wanted, but the other person didn't want. And now there's like this juggling. But I see juggling and Two of Coins as being like the facade. And juggling versions of ourselves. Okay. Now, in the more traditional sense, choice. Keeping balance, okay, between two people or two things, two obligations. So again, some of you may be dealing with a third-party situation or three people. Someone will be needed to face a choice. But I think too, Aquarius, you're going to need to simplify your life a little bit and to be honest with yourselves and ask yourself if this really serves you. Are you happy being in this position? And the Four of Swords reversed. That does seem to be a little bit of a theme as well. Mental gymnastics is what I call it. You know, your mind is not really able to take a break. And Aquarius, you are a very mentally active sign. You're an air sign. And you live in your mind and your imagination, and you are highly innovative. So this may be more of a natural state for you anyway. But there could be danger in terms of making assumptions and jumping the gun and convincing yourself that you believe something that may not quite be real, right? That may not be the actual or the reality of something. And the Hero of Cups. I don't know why I see the Hero of Cups. When he comes out reversed, I see it as like the fallen angel or the fallen king, right? I don't know why this one. This is the card of Scorpio. Scorpio reversed. There does seem to be a level of toxicity with this person, okay? So, I don't know. Maybe there's something comes to light about hurt or pain. Maybe it's the same person, maybe it's someone else. Maybe you're leaving an earth sign and you're more interested in now a water sign. This person also not talking to you, maybe. Maybe there's two people that aren't talking to you. Have you guys lost people in your life? Doesn't have to be romantic, could be any area. Have you lost people? Have people fallen by the wayside? Have they sort of disappeared? Are they rejecting you because they're responding to your rejection of them? Or their perceived rejection? They see you going and having a good time and not worrying so much, but in spite of the fact that you want this, they see you doing this. They can't see you thinking Ace of Cups. They can see you doing Three of Cups. And they think, okay, well, this person left, this person forgot about me. They obviously are doing what they need to do, and I'm not really a part of that. And so they reject you. They push it back to you. I don't know what's going on with you guys. Who is this? The Hero of Cups, they all come out very purposefully, okay? But this is the first time in any of the signs that the Hero of Cups has come out, I believe. So it's specific to you. And this is someone that can be very intense, okay? Very, can be manipulative. However, I'm not seeing manipulation. I'm seeing pain for some reason. I think it's because of this. Like there's pain here. And this person doesn't want you to do or to be anything other than who you are. right? But they don't want to have to be juggled. Maybe you're the one that has multiple people and they don't want to be juggled. If it's the same person, yes, they are leaving you alone because they see you doing this. You may really need to ask yourself how your behavior has the potential to be interpreted. People may be misinterpreting. So like, for example, pay attention to what it is you're posting on Instagram and Facebook. Because if you're posting pictures of you out with other people and you're interested in, like, let's say you're a girl and you're interested in this boy, but you're posting pictures of you out at clubs with boys, you don't want that boy you're interested in to be like, oh, they're not interested in me, right? So be careful of the messages you're putting out there. I'm seeing that it's fake, or I'm seeing that in some way it's not of substance, it's not of goodness, okay? And they're not sure, they don't know, they don't understand, because you're not talking to each other. And even though you are thinking about them and you're dreaming about them and you want to rekindle and you want to reestablish your connection, because I think you do feel that there was something special, 10 of coins. And the environment is the sun. I feel like, okay, I'm going to switch my mind, because I feel that if you were the one to outreach to that person, if there's one specific person that you want something more special with, it will be best for you to be the one to reach out to them. Even though they likely at some point in time will reach out to you, it may be a sour reaching out. Or maybe they won't. Because I'm not seeing that this is someone that's going to want to talk. If you reach out to them, I'm seeing peace. It doesn't have to be a threatening reaching out. It doesn't need to be, you know, like anything other than a hello. Now, I know I was saying that this isn't superficial, and it's not. Neither is the sun. These are strong indicators of connection and energy. And togetherness. See how she's like running into someone's arms? But I really think that this person wants to hear from you, but they are misinterpreting your silence. But this is a beautiful environment to have. Devotee of Swords. I see this as the student, right? This is the Roman's gladiator training. He's training for the fight. They're doing their own thing. Your partner may be active in many other areas of life. Your person of interest, your partner, whomever. You know, they're distracting themselves. Sorry, I'm taking a pause because I know this is your hopes and fears like section of the spread, right? And that's fine, but I'm feeling like there's a hope for openness, you know, like how a student has an open mind. There's a place for training. There's a hope that this person can be what you need them to be, which is in a unique relationship. Some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this, but some of you might really need a very distanced relationship, like a relationship with a lot. I mean, you're Aquarius, you need freedom. Like, this is so weird. Like, I feel like you're hoping that they are trainable. Is that a weird thing to say? It might be a weird thing to say. Probably won't resonate with all of you. And the Ten of Cups reverse. I'm seeing that as the pie in the sky, right? Like your ideals are a little bit too high. Your expectations a little bit too high. They're kind of getting in the way. Your rebellious nature almost is like you are working against yourself a little bit, Aquarius, in terms of attaining and achieving ultimate happiness. I think this person, I don't know how good of a match this person really is for you. Anyway, you know, you've got this card of Scorpio and the card of Virgo. And if I'm remembering correctly, or I mean, when you really think about it, Scorpio Aquarius match is, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's really hard. Okay. I mean, you're serious opposite, serious opposite, both fixed and one water, one air. With the Virgo, okay, or the Virgo archetype, you are earth and air, which is difficult anyway. As a Virgo, I can say my Aquarian relationships are one of the most difficult in terms of a love connection. I mean, it's really difficult. Artisan of Cups. See, I'm sensing pleasures. I'm sensing adventure and, you know, a higher refinement from you, Aquarius. You know, you're enjoying life. There's not a lot of like, contrary to what I said in the beginning, I don't know how much soul searching is really going on with you right now. Maybe you don't need it, which, like, thank God, right? Like, good for you. Maybe you don't need it. Maybe what you need is just to have a good time and to not stress so much. But you're sitting back and kind of waiting. But be cognizant, be aware, please, that you don't want to just wait and watch your life pass you by. Because pride got in the way and you were expecting someone to come to you. You were hoping that someone would come to you. If you want this Ace of Cups to turn into something, I highly recommend you reaching out, you being the one to do the work, showing someone that you care, showing someone you want them in your life. They need to know. And the Magician, initiation. Creation, manifestation, beginning new things. This is also a card of manifestation. But it lies in your hands. That power lies in your hands. I think you have all the tools at your disposal. The door is wide open for you. You just got to make those steps through. I think this person is afraid because, like I said, they feel forgotten. They feel unimportant because they see you having a good time. They see you smiling. They see you having a good life. They're not jealous. They do want to be a part of it, but they need to be invited. And Aquarius, you're not always like the most inclusive sign. And shipwreck. Something obviously changed. Something obviously occurred. There was a little bit of a shake-up. Maybe something came to light. Like, I'm feeling like something happened that instilled this Ace of Cups, that enhanced your desire to be with someone, but you're not communicating that to them. right? There's this like moment, this thing that occurred, that happened, and now you're both just in limbo, waiting for the other person. Two of Cups is in your future. Three of Cups, making a choice and choosing a choice. You're in the driver's seat, Aquarius, right now. Love is here for you if you want it. If you want it, you can take it. You can explore, you can acknowledge it. You can wrap your arms around it. You can have it if you want it. This is a soulmate connection, okay? It's not just chemical. It's true compatibility. It's longevity. It's something that can last. It's good communication, open communication, which right now it's not open. And the Siren and the Devil. What is restricting you, Aquarius? What is holding you back? And herein lies the karmic lesson. Why am I not surprised? That's what Saturn is, right? It's our karmic purpose. What is it on earth that we are meant to learn during this human experience, you know? And is it love for you, Aquarius? Is it like allowing it? Is it giving something up? Or the perception of giving up freedom or independence because you think love is or should be a certain way? I think this person would actually be open to loving you in the way that you need to be loved, but they need to be loved and have emotional security. They can't see you doing this Three of Cups and feel secure. They can't see you with other people. They can't see you out partying and doing things. Like, they need to feel like they are special, like they are the one. Okay, like again, Virgo, Scorpio, they need emotional security. Okay, and it doesn't mean that you can't have fun. It doesn't mean that you can't go out. It doesn't mean that you can't like be who you are. They will celebrate who you are and your individuality as long as you celebrate who they are too. And who they are people that will give endlessly and be fiercely loyal to you. Okay? As long as they feel safe. How do you provide safety for this person? How do you ensure that they feel comfortable and confident? Well, for one, stop going out with random people, all right, that are meaningless connections, okay? Fill your life with meaning and purpose. This person is very independent in spite of their kind of, you know, maybe reputation, right? Scorpio especially, like, they need to be alone. They appreciate independence. They too are a highly independent sign. And I'm saying Scorpio, even though you're maybe dealing with like a Gemini or a Sagittarius or whatever, but like seriously, they're taking on this vibe. That's all it means, okay? The archetype or the style of Scorpio. And they're not going to play games because they can't handle the games. They can't handle the, you know, the back and forth. So it really depends on you, right? Whether you want to deny yourself a Two of Cups relationship You can. You don't have to take it. They're not going to approach you for it. They're going to wait for you. But you can have it if you want. And the Eight of Swords in your environment. See, I'm wondering if you think, Aquarius, I think that you think that a relationship means something of sacrifice. And I'm not saying it doesn't, because you try to get along and try to appreciate the goodness in the other person. And there is compromise and it is challenging, but it doesn't mean that that person wants you to be anything than who you are. If you feel that that's what they really think, then that's not the relationship for you. And just move on. And don't worry about it. Just wait till next month, okay? But you may be tunnel visioning with assumptions. You may be tunnel visioning with what you think they think. And likely you are totally wrong. But the thing you may be right about is that they do need security. If you can't provide that, there's no need to hurt them. But they don't need security the way you think they do. They just need security. Just don't cheat on them. Plain and simple. Don't make them feel threatened. Plain and simple. Virgo, also a highly dependent sign. You've got two energies here of people, of styles of people that totally do not need someone else. They're completely self-sufficient. They don't need you. Okay? They've lived their life without you before, and they can live their life without you after. No problem. But they love you, and they think about you, and they care about you. But they're seeing you as this Knight of Cups, this, Don Juan, if you will, going out and doing your thing, and they just don't feel like they're a part of it. So, okay, this person doesn't want me, so I'm just going to forget about them or try to forget about them. But they don't really want to forget about you. And the Moon. You may be living in illusion, you guys. And I know you're fearful of the shattering of that illusion. You're afraid of the sun rising because it will shed light on your reality. All right? Because right now you may be living in this darkness. And the Ace of Swords reversed. 3 reversals in the outcome. You can continue to live in denial if you want. You can continue to not talk if you want. They're not going to talk to you. I don't know what's going on with you guys. You feel a connection, yet you don't engage in that. You want the rebirth, you want the rekindling, and you imagine and you think and you engage, and it is a very alluring topic. And even this is a card of commitment and a card of obligation, but you're so anti-commitment, anti-chains, that you're getting caught in your own web of illusion. Your own web of your own tunnel vision. Aquarius is a very open-minded sign, or it should be. But as a fixed air sign, it's a lot of times your way or the highway. But your way could be wrong. You could be missing out on a soulmate because you think they want something that they don't in fact want. You think they need something that you can't give them, when in fact they don't need that thing. Do I make sense? Don't deny yourself. I mean, do what you want, but you don't need to deny yourself happiness and goodness because you aren't open-minded enough to explore options. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You are two very different people. But it is that difference that brings out the balance in one another. A very grounded person versus someone not so grounded. I see water as being more grounded than fire and air. That's just my own perception, okay? Emotional, yes. But it is that extreme emotion versus that extreme intellect that creates a very dynamic yin-yang. Like this may be the yin to your yang. If you can see it that way. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. And that's it. Thank you so much. Bye.